Let's move on to some news, shall we? Which, unfortunately, this news is bad. I'm going to be honest, it is bad news. It is bad news, but if you listen to this show regularly, it won't be surprising news to you. However, it is going to be news that should make your blood boil. And that is the fact that President Barack Obama, Democratic President Barack Obama, is proposing cuts to the social safety net in his budget that he's proposing. That's right, folks. That's right. He is proposing the chained CPI for Social Security. He's also proposing some cuts to Medicare, all of which are going to cut benefits for the elderly because apparently President Obama thinks that the elderly have just had it too good for too long. Oh, yeah. Being able to afford food, being able to have a roof over their heads, that's just too much for the elderly. Screw the elderly, bunch of friggin' elitist elderly. Thank God we have Democratic President Barack Obama who was willing to make the hard choices, am I right? Oh, yeah. He made the hard choice of telling our nation's seniors to go screw themselves. Look, around 80% of Americans, 80%, 8 out of 10 Americans in polls are against any type of Social Security cuts. Any. 80%. And that's why, frankly, because the polls are so skewed, but because the polls are so obvious, that is why the stupid DC establishment village media eats this stuff up. The DC media just loves it. They just love the idea of someone shredding the safety net. They love the idea of a Democrat dismantling the New Deal. They love the idea of a president who's, quote, brave enough to say, I'm an adult, I'm serious, I'm responsible, and I have decided that you little people just have it too good. I have decided you little people have it too easy. Screw you little people, and I'm going to destroy the safety net. If this goes through, people are going to die because of it. People will die because of these proposed cuts. And look, most people who listen, pardon me, to the show identify as progressives, and I'm sure you're as angry as I am. But I want to sort of take a minute here and actually talk to those people who may identify as a Democrat, or those who maybe refuse to listen to people like me and others. I wasn't the only one. While we have been ringing the warning bell on these cuts since before the last presidential election. Those of us who were saying maybe we should try to extract some promises out of Obama during the election while he actually needs the votes. But the type of people who listened to that and said, no, we can't criticize President Obama during an election. We can't criticize him during the election. But you think once Obama's reelected, well then of course he's going to show us his true magical rainbow happy unicorn progressive colors, right? Look, I don't want to say I told you so, okay? Or I kind of want to say I told you so, but I really don't. I'm taking no joy in this. Trust me. I'm really not I don't take joy in being right on this scenario. I wish to God that I was wrong on it. I would have been, my ego is fine in the fact that if for some reason Obama wasn't going to do this, I wouldn't have felt, dang it, I sure wish he would have, because I really want him. I really want to be mad at him. Look, it just if you didn't want to extract promises during the election, if you didn't want to pressure him during the election to actually make promises on the safety net prior to that, okay, fine. The election's over. You were wrong. I don't care. I really don't care. What we need now is your help in stopping this. We need your help. Seriously. If you are someone who identifies as a Democrat, frankly, you should be even more angry about this than I am. You should be livid about this if you identify as a Democrat. Barack Obama is tanking your party, potentially for decades because of this, potentially for generations because of this. He is tanking it. Do you know whose proposed budget is to the left of Barack Obama's on Social Security and Medicare? Do you know whose? Paul friggin' Ryan's budget. I'll say it again if you didn't hear me. Obama's proposal on the social safety net is to the right of Paul Ryan's. Let's look at two different scenarios that are possible here, okay? Let's look at how this is, because, this is a budget proposal that he set forth. There's a lot of ways that this can actually play out. Let's look at the two more likely ones. Okay, so one likely scenario is that Obama gets enough neoliberal Democrats and a few Republicans to pass his grand betrayal in the United States Senate, most likely by using budget reconciliation to get around a filibuster. And then somehow the House passes it. Okay, so somehow it goes with a combination of Republican and Democratic votes, it gets passed. Well then, in this scenario, Barack Obama's legacy is the president who dismantled the New Deal. Hooray! That's wonderful! What a legacy! Isn't that wonderful? People are going to get kicked out of their homes. People are going to die. Hooray! Hooray for Obama! That's one scenario. That's one possible scenario. Scenario number 2 goes like this. So let's say, for the sake of argument, let's just assume that despite his offer of gutting the social safety net as an olive branch to Republicans, let's just say, for example, that is rejected, okay, on the grounds that Republicans are too stupid to take it, which I hope is the case, and I kind of believe when it comes to the House is probably the case, but I'm not 100% sure. So hopefully they'll reject it because the Tea Party has them so scared they can't ever vote for any revenue increases ever. Okay, so let's assume that it's rejected. So then if it gets rejected and nothing passes, so then the Democrats' rallying cry for the 2014 congressional election would go like this. It would go, Voters, give the Democrats control of the House in 2014. Voters, let the Democrats keep control of the Senate in 2014 so we can cut the social safety net, so we can cut Social Security. Vote for us so we can destroy it. The Republicans blocked us. The Republicans wouldn't let us destroy the social safety net. So please vote for us so we can do what Obama wants us to do. If you are a Democrat, you need to know that Republicans are going to destroy you politically over this. You know why? Because Republicans are smart enough to know that cutting Social Security is political suicide. Of course they want to do it. Of course they want to destroy Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. They want to, but they were smart enough that they actually just got a Democratic president to propose it. It's going to take a Democratic president to dismantle the Democratic legacy of the New Deal. It's going to. And so what Obama is doing, and if Democrats go along with this, is you are going to make Republicans who do want to destroy the social safety net appear to be the defenders because you were the morons who proposed it in the first place. And this is the starting point for the negotiations. It's the starting point is, let's cut Social Security. It is only going to go further to the right from here. And look, if any of you out there are thinking, if you're an Obama backer, and you're thinking, oh no, Matt, no. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to cut the social safety net. He just has to do it. He has to be the responsible one. Or maybe it's not that, Matt. Maybe what he's doing is he's playing 14-dimensional chess, and it's all just this amazing, magical political maneuver to make Republicans look irresponsible. No, that is not what is going on here. Barack Obama does not have to do this. He does not have to do this at all. Ladies and gentlemen, he wants to do it. He wants to do this. You know why? You know why I know that? Because what he's proposing is massively unpopular. Again, 80% plus want zero cuts to Social Security. 8 out of 10. That is, you can't get any higher on friggin' anything in this country. 80%. By doing this, President Barack Obama is paying a big political cost. He is spending a ton of political capital to do this. People, I mean, you look at the internet, people are rightfully freaking out over this proposal. He would not spend this huge amount of capital if it's not what he wanted to do. He wouldn't. He's not that stupid. He wants the grand bargain. He wants the grand betrayal to be his legacy. He believes in it. Otherwise, he wouldn't put his neck out there for it again and again and again. This is Barack Obama's proposal. He wants this as his legacy. Folks, he is not on our side on this. He is not on the side of 80% of the American people. If you're one of those people who didn't want to criticize Obama in the election, again, fine. If you even at that point didn't believe he would actually propose this, fine. I don't care. He's done it now. He has proposed it now, and right now, we need you. We need everyone, all hands on friggin' deck, to raise all holy hell and put the fear of God into the House and the Senate. That's what we need to do. We need to be constantly calling them, making their phone lines friggin' overflow. Constantly ringing. No lines getting through. We need to be writing them. We need to be going to their friggin' offices, going to their town halls, to their fundraisers, to their meetings, letting them know that if they are a politician who votes to gut the social safety net, that there will be consequences, that their jobs will be on the line. And again, consider yourself, if you consider yourself a Democrat, if this passes, Democrats in the House and Senate are screwed in 2014. They're screwed if this passes. They're done. Hell, it's already bad just the fact that Obama did it already. If you really want to stop Republicans, if you really fear Republicans so much, which you should, Republicans are horrible, you should be afraid of them, but if you are so afraid of Republicans gaining power, you need to stop the Democrats in the House and Senate from drinking Barack Obama's Kool-Aid and committing political suicide. That is what he's asking them to do. He doesn't care about them. He cares about his legacy. You need to get that into their heads, that he is trying, he doesn't give a crap about their job, he doesn't give a crap about them, that if they go along with this, they are toast. This is horrible politics. It's even worse policy. In a time where pensions are gone or cut to nothing, in a time where 401ks are just depleted after the crash, which no banker has been prosecuted for, when people are losing their homes, when mortgages are underwater, when people are still unemployed or underemployed, where Social Security is 70% of the income for most retirees, to actually try to cut that right now at this moment in history is friggin' immoral. People will die if this passes. And that's why we need you, Democrats, to stop the Democrats from killing themselves. We'll be right back.